I'm Jake Evans.
I'm Mark Hoffman. And I'm Tommy James, and this is our design for our Wellness Center. Start with our design, we broke it up into basically 5 areas. The center field room includes a regulation track, 3 basketball courts, batting cages that can be raised, and the locker rooms have access from the track room, so there's an entrance from there and also out in the hallway. On the right side, we have our fitness wing. We have coaches' offices, our weight room with a fitness room in the front that has large windows to look out for the soccer field. Along with that, we have an equipment room that has capacity to wash all of the laundry for the athletic teams, as well as store any equipment. Along with that, we have our OSA office to incorporate intramural sports in that area. On the left side, we have our wellness area, where we have a large activity venue similar to the cave, where we can host fitness classes or different church services or different things. We also have we have a meeting room in there, different offices, and 2 sacred spaces, just to make sure that we can incorporate many people with different mats similar to the sacred space that we have on campus and on the 2nd floor of the BSC. In the front, we also have our cafe and 2 bathrooms. The cafe is just a small little area to get food. We also have the tables and windows all the way on the front and the back of the gym, so that you can look in from outside of the field room. And in the back, it's set up similar to the J-Walk, with chairs and tables for students to sit and relax. And then we have a terrace out front with a fountain.
Alright, for our wellness center, we felt it was very important to integrate mind, body, and spirit. To do this, we included all of the different aspects in one centralized location, where now, like, counseling services is upstairs at the BSC, fitness facilities are all spread out throughout Thompson and in the basement of the BSC, and religious spaces upstairs in the BSC. And right now, there's not really a nudge factor for students to understand what exactly is there available for them. So we wanted to make something so they knew exactly what was there and could go and have ease of access and have it all integrated together. And then for the religious space too, we felt that it was important to have sacred spaces and the large venue available for non-denominational services, or, well, it's just non-denominational, in case services need help.
To promote unity of students and faculty and staff, with this area, we will be able to host intramural sports earlier in the day. So instead of having to come back at 9 or 10 at night when typical intramurals are hosted, faculty members could participate earlier in the day in this additional space. Along with that, we would be moving the body shop to this area with our large weight room. And with that space, a small cafe or something similar could be opened up where faculty members and students could interact.
It is also important that we promote all athletics, academics, and student services. So we have classrooms in there for athletic style classes with sports management and the training facility, if they want to start making new majors for new classes. Fitness facilities, everyone in the student body and the faculty is available to use the weight room, the cardio room, the field house, the field room, and the counseling services are very available with like 8 offices to suit the needs of a lot of different students.
Along with the classrooms that you spoke about, with this large facility, we have the athletic training room in our wellness center, and then we will also continue using the office in Thompson, which would mean we would need more athletic trainers. So this would be a possible either athletic training major or some sort of physical therapy to increase the majors on campus and the population of the student body.
Along with promoting the mind, body, and spirit within our wellness center, on the outside, we wanted to look at what will be more sustainable aspects. These here are 4 of our major points. Obviously, it's not everything that we implemented into our design, but first off was the large windows that you can see is encompassing around our whole entire area, especially on the north side, which is where you get the best constant light all throughout the day. This is where we have a clear story that shines down onto the track, which would reduce a lot of the lighting that we would have, lighting needs and lighting costs. The next would be the green roof, which we implemented, would be on the north side on the lower roof. It's just a small strip that goes across the front. The green roof has 2 main purposes. It slows down the stormwater runoff, and it also creates a thermal mass for the center, allowing for cooler temperatures during the summer and warmer temperatures throughout the winter. The green roof consists of, we use an extensive green roof instead of an intensive, which just simply means that instead of having, you can have like shrubs and trees and stuff, you're just using a plant called sedum, which requires a thin growing media. Along to the green roof also naturally filters the water that will be coming from the rain. So we have a water catchment system that will be attached to all the rain gutters, and the water coming off the green roof will already be filtered. And to filter the rest of the water that be running through the roof gutters that we don't already have, it will be a course to get rid of extra particulates. And water from this will be used for all the toilets and all the toilets within the system. Finally, on the south-facing roof, we'll be using solar panels. These can be easily hooked up to our metal roof, which would be 100% recyclable roof. The solar panels will be positioned at around a 30-degree angle to match the roof pitch. This falls between the plus or minus 15 degrees for the maximum absorption and efficiency for the solar panels to work at.
We wanted to meet LEED certification, and we feel that with our self-assessment, we met LEED Silver certification, scoring ourselves with 52 points. LEED is pretty much just the United States standard for green building and sustainability. So for 3 of these main topics on the scorecard, the first one was location and transportation. We felt like we accomplished that by putting in bike racks around the entrance, and we also made green spaces in the parking lot for green vehicles and carpooling to encourage, it gives someone an incentive for eco-friendly transportation. They get to park closer to the building. The water efficiency, like Buck was talking about, we use rainwater for toilets, and those toilets will be dual flush toilets to save water. We will use waterless journals, and we will install water meters on all the plumbing to make sure we monitor how much we're using and where that's coming from. And then finally, for the energy and atmosphere, we are making sure to use Energy Star appliances like dryers and washers in the equipment room, and also all of our light fixtures will be with Energy Star approved light bulbs. And then to go along with that, we're going to have motion sensors in the rooms, and these will be able to detect if there are people in the room in case someone forgets to shut off the light, so we're not wasting any energy.
Some other LEED credits that we decided that were major points to cover was the sustainable sites. So we looked at on the west side, there's a swampland that the campus has already not destroyed by having the quads where they're at. They didn't disturb that location there, so we decided not to disturb that either. The next one was the materials and resources. So this would be like a life cycle reduction plan. This could start with construction, where we would use the black tube liners to help with the runoff, so it wouldn't get into the soccer field and affect the season. Then it would go on to during use, where we would use recyclables recyclable containers that would be specified for different materials such as wood, plastics, anything like that. This will help us separate it and create a greener environment. Also, for the building materials, we can use from locally demolished buildings, bricks and anything that still be able to be used. For the indoor environmental quality, we looked at the air quality for this. This means we would cut down on VOCs and have CO2 meters to make sure that the air that we're breathing in there is quality for all of our students and faculty. Also, for the environmental quality, we would use the water-based paints. So we would this would be included for anything that's painted on the inside or outside, metal roofs and everything. Wellness across the cultures and beliefs. Obviously, we're going to welcome anyone to this wellness center. It doesn't matter what your background is, everyone will be accepted, and all the views will be looked at evenly. We have the large activity venue, as I mentioned before, for any larger religious event, larger religious event that would be scheduled for this. And then also we have that small meeting room that is within the counseling area that will be used for smaller, more private church services.
Like Buck said, it'll be open to faculty and staff members as well as students. We figured that community involvement would be limited during the school semesters. Over larger breaks such as winter break and summer, the opportunities could be to rent out the field house, a large activity venue, the weight room, different parts of our wellness center, but throughout the semester it would be restricted to only students and faculty and staff. Do you have any questions?
Your two wings on the side seem pretty compact. Do you think it's smart to really cram all of those different kind of amenities, like your spiritual center with your fitness room and the offices? Is there like seclusion for safety reasons out of that?
Around the wellness area on the left, I guess we could, go back. Around the wellness area on the left, that's where our sacred space is located. Those walls are thicker to promote sound barriers, and that area is blocked off so that you can only enter in the front lobby, and we have an exterior door so there could be 24-hour counseling services.
A couple of related questions. I like basketball and all, but so is there a way that you could prevent stray basketballs from flying out to runners that might be going along the track?
We thought of a netting system, similar to a lot of gyms, similar to the one that we have in Thompson. We did not put that in the Revit because we couldn't figure out exactly how to do it. But that we have plans for that.
Okay. And related to that, I know most of the groups, I think this was suspected to have the 3 basketball courts, but it's more of a comment, at least at my old university at Notre Dame, their fitness center, by far the most in-demand aspect was sort of a small rink that was for indoor soccer. And I would just say, consider, one of those 3 were, not for basketball, but, people used it for indoor soccer and also for ultimate frisbee. And it was extremely popular, so